What was the first experience you had with skill games?
Well, actually, although I was head of the state police and we were doing skill game investigations, it never really got to my level. They were doing. So I went down to meet with the staff of Pace-O-Matic while I was the head of the Noonan group, and I got, my knowledge of it was Joker poker, that kind of stuff that been going on for a long time. And I had done gambling cases in Pennsylvania, but it was bookies and things like that. So I was a little, I went in there with a little skepticism, like, well, what kind of people are these? But they explained it to me, and Paul Goldine, who's the president, Mike Pace, are the best people you could ever meet, and they only want to do something that's going to be legal and be fair to everybody. That was their key, and I thought, I have lawyers in my group, but and they have lawyers, but they convinced me that this is a really worthwhile, good thing that helps people that are trying to run small businesses. I get tired of the big companies that want to screw over they don't want anybody anywhere else to make a dollar. That's just it. And it's just not fair. But and I got to travel out to Wyoming, Kentucky, Virginia, DC, bunch of places Texas, where we have other games. And everywhere we go, we try to do it the right way. We talk to law enforcement. We talk to the district attorneys, tell them what our thing is. We go to court. We're not hiding anything. I don't know if you guys were around long enough, but it used to be a lot of business would have a back room where you had like to knock a couple times and you had to be known.
The old
laundromats. They
laundromats.
would have the Joker poker and stuff like that. We're out in the open. And as you know, the work that they do, like for helping out fire departments and daycare centers and businesses. I mean, it's just the charitable work has been really amazing. And I know Mealy Manufacturing and Lou, they do a lot with charity also. So it makes you feel good. I'm really proud to be part of Pace-O-Matic. They're great people and they're trying to do the right things. However, there are people that want to shut us down because they don't want to share a dollar. And they're making billions with betting on your phones and things like that, but they don't want anybody else.
Yeah, actually in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, I heard, is one of the largest gambling, states outside of Nevada. And, especially with the online gambling, and then
I heard that we're number one in online gambling.
Oh, wow.
That's my point. Yeah. So it's grown dramatically. And the access.
And have you guys ever noticed how many kids are doing this stuff? Their parents set them up with accounts. I know a lot of kids and stuff like that. I mean, it's a shame. I mean, that if you're in high school and you're starting to bet, I hope you don't win, because I know that was my experience when I was in college. I played a little poker. I'm not good at it. I lost, and I didn't have the money to lose. I thought, well, I'm not doing that anymore. If you won, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, easy money's hard.
It is, and I don't know how they stop it. I'm not sure that they want to.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully with it looks like at least they're talking about it now as far as regulating it. There's obviously some crazy bills out there, but Senator Yaw has a nice bill that makes it fair for everybody. It's just a shame that in Pennsylvania, for some reason, sometimes when people see a new industry, they get nervous when they should lean in, because Pennsylvania, there's a lot of great things, but there's also a lot of challenges. And anytime you can increase your tax base, I mean, just do it the right way.
You would think that would be a positive. And one of the really differences with Pennsylvania is it's so diverse. Like it's just like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, completely different than most of the rest of the state. So these, when you see skill games, as you guys are very familiar with, you see them at American Legions, you see them at VFWs, you see them at fire departments, in small rural areas, where you don't have a lot of other games or anything like that going on. So, I hope that they work it out, but you never know.